I propose the distinguished delegations to elect by acclamation His Excellency, Mr. Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, as Chair of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM.
With only one day to the close of the Non-Aligned Movement Summit, the President of Uganda Yoweri Museveni has assumed the chairmanship of the movement for a period of 3 years. He took over from Ilham Aliyev, the President of Azerbaijan, who chaired from the year 2019 to 2022.
I declare His Excellency Mr. Yoweri Museveni as the Chair of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM. I invite His Excellency to assume his chairmanship. The floor is yours, Mr. Chair, and thank you very much.
Before the commencement of the Heads of States meeting, President Museveni and his fellow leaders took a collective photograph as a symbolic tribute. In his address, President Museveni welcomed the heads of states and other delegates for coming to Uganda, saying, "Uganda is a welcoming and loving country."
It gives me great pleasure to welcome Your Excellencies, the heads of states and governments, and the heads of delegations of the non-aligned movement countries. This grouping of countries accounts for 4.46 billion people of the world.
He strongly condemned the developed Western countries taking advantage of developing countries through the imposition of their ideologies under the name of democracy. He said the world should concentrate on the common human problems through trade, the advance of technology.
Our stand is that the world should concentrate on the common human problems: prosperity through trade, the advance of science and technology to deal with human problems, the environment, crime, and terrorism. The future is bright if we act right. When you are outside there, you may get stereotypes about Africa, that Africa, they have no food, they are starving. Here we are dying from food, we have so much food here. So those images which you see about some bad situations, don't think they represent the whole of Africa.
He finally called upon NAM to use its strengths to exercise considerable influence at the UN for the effective transformative process for a better common future.
The strength of the non-aligned movement should be used to exercise considerable influence, particularly at the UN, for the effective transformative process for a better common future. In the negotiations for the Pact of the Future, the outcome document of the upcoming United Nations Summit of the Future, to be held in New York in September 2024, we should clearly define priorities that favor developing countries by maintaining unity, solidarity, and collective coordination among our member states in line with the Bandung principles.
The President of UN General Assembly, Dennis Francis, condemned the war between Palestine and Israel and called for an immediate ceasefire between the two states. He urged NAM states to use this opportunity to put to an end this useless war.
I must tell you that I am deeply concerned and indeed dismayed about the ongoing calamity in the Gaza Strip. And so I call upon this movement to exert its influence in bringing a halt to the carnage that we are haplessly witnessing. Reiterate my urgent call on all parties to refrain from any action that could further spill over into neighboring countries. Convinced that a negotiated political solution is the sole path through which both Israelis and Palestinians will see realize their fundamental right.
Faki Musa, the African Union Commission chairperson, called for the use of the theme "Deepening Cooperation for Shared Global Affluence" to promote peace, security and development, saying Africa condemns the current trend of wars in strongest possible means.
Africa condemns this unacceptable moral, legal and humanitarian failure and demands an immediate end to the unjust war against the Palestinian people and for the immediate implementation of the two-state solution.
In the same meeting, South Sudan was also admitted to the non-aligned movement.
The summit is hereby adopted.
Having been admitted to the membership of the non-aligned movement at the second Summit of Heads of States and Government held in 1964 in Cairo, Egypt, Uganda joins Egypt, Zimbabwe, Algeria and Zambia to have hosted the summit in Africa. John Baptist Ahumuza, Church of Uganda, Family TV News at 8.